Amjad Ali is known as an entrepreneur, orator, and traveler, and on top of that, a passionate Toastmaster. He's loaded with more than 20 years of advertising industry experience, starting from graphic design, selling, and running his own production house, having worked with corporate companies and government departments in UAE, Middle East, Asia, and Europe in the fields of advertising. He believes he occupies himself with the activities he loves the most and loves to do, which is speaking and traveling along with his business. He has traveled to 27 countries only for speaking for different stages and organizations and had traveled to 85 countries to lead different cultures and lifestyles. Amjad Ali is committed and determined towards for a very unique project, border-free world, and hopeful to speak in front of the members of United Nations. Amjad Ali believes that it's never too late to start believing in yourself and adding value to yours and others' lives, and hence he wrote a quote says, "You should be more important to you." You can't make others feel special if you don't consider yourself a special person and give yourself an importance. He writes quotes based on his life observation, and so far he has written 137 quotes. He's building a social media appearance by the name of Amjad Ali Speaks on all available social media platforms and sharing his knowledge, experience, and observation he has gained. Amjad Ali is a master's in computer sciences and he is a certified NLP practitioner and a distinguished Toastmasters from Toastmasters International. He is one of the fastest DTMs in the world who has record of attending 334 meetings in a year. He has completed conventional curriculum as well as all 11 parts of Toastmasters in just 1 year of its launch. He strongly believes in helping others grow, and ultimately your growth is a byproduct. He has been living in Dubai, UAE since 2003.
Welcome to the 11th episode of Positive Media. Today, we are privileged with the presence of DTM AMJAD Ali, who is a versatile speaker, entrepreneur, linguist, orator, traveler, and on top of all that, he is a passionate Toastmaster. He is loaded with 20 years of work experience in the advertising industry, and also he is committed and determined with an amazing project known as Border Free World, and he is also hopeful to speak in front of the United Nations members. He is also one of the fastest DTMs in the world who is holding a record of 334 meetings attended in just 1 year. Hello sir, welcome to Positive Media.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sir, how long have you been in UAE and what is your favorite thing about this country?
In UAE, I'm completing my 17th year by end of October, and my favorite place, our favorite thing about UAE is making myself. When I came into UAE, and I came up with 305 dirhams, which was handed over by my father and late father, God bless him. And then life started on, the new life has taken over with the help of the profession graphic designing, and worked hard overnight, more than 16-15 hours every single day. And today I'm running a business. That's what is my favorite in UAE. UAE has changed my life entirely, 360 degree. And I feel I owe a lot to UAE.
Okay sir, so can you please explain about your family and your village in Pakistan so that we can know each other better?
Yeah, sure. We as a family, we are, of course, I'm not talking about extended family. As siblings, we are 8 siblings, plus 2 parents, 10 family members. Then accordingly, then everyone got married and now we have children. It's an extended family, big family. And we have 5 sisters, 3 brothers, and it's a great family. We are still joined, we still help each other, we still feel we are one. And if you talk about our village, our city, our country, back home, I was born in a village which is bordering with India, which is very famous, very happening place, which is called Wagah border, which is every day, it's a festival every single day from both sides, India and Pakistan. I was born just 5 kilometers away from that border, and that village is known as Jallo. And then when I was 6 months old, my family moved to city, Lahore. Actually, suburb of Lahore, now it's part of Lahore, main city center, and this is where I grew up. My schooling was done in another village called Aligarh, and then we moved to actually city center of Lahore, where I finished my college, university, then started off my profession as graphic designer. And I worked with my father started working with my father when I was just 12. This is how I started working. And today, if I calculate my experience of working, that's more than 50,000 hours, 60,000 hours. Yeah, this is how my background is all about. And my village, I would like to highlight about my village. That's not as gloomy, as greenish like Keralite villages, and that's very, you can say, middle class or low middle class village. And that's the reason my family moved to city for our better education, our better growth. That's
So you're primarily an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And also in the advertising industry.
Yeah.
So what would you like to advise us young cavaliers who is having aspirations to pursue a job in this industry?
See, as an advertiser, I love what I do. That's the reason I'm in this industry. And I would encourage you to do whatever profession, go into whatever profession you like to, but only if you love it. I'm in this industry only because I love it. And that matters a lot. Then money follows. If you want to be in this industry, you need to have a knowledge. It's very important. And if you are not able to sell with your love, you will be failed drastically. That's what I always encourage people. If you start any business with any amount of money, it will fail without any exception if you have no knowledge about it. So in advertising, you need to have knowledge. And in advertising, there are so many branches, there are so many fields. You can pick one. You cannot be general at all. General things don't work. Even if it's like the same like a medical field, nowadays nobody called a general practitioner or general doctor. There are specialized for eye, there's an eye doctor, there's a nose, there are different classifications are. Now everyone is like on a level where specialization is concerned. Even in advertising, I would encourage you to do that. This is a vast field. This field is one of the fields which will never going to end. You have to encourage yourself to get into this field, and you can start with your designing, like working on computer, and you get into field where you can interact with people. You can, sky is the limit. When I was working, I started with graphic designer because that field has the ceiling. And if you want to achieve something more than that, you need to get out from that room or break that ceiling. That was then I got into sales. Then still I feel like it's still something missing. Then I want to break that ceiling as well, because sale field has limit itself. Then I broke that ceiling and I got into the business. It's not as easy as normally people say, start your own business if you have money, but it sucks. It takes your blood, sweat, everything from your life. If you have that power, determination, commitment, and perseverance, if you are adroit, and you can do that. And it's possible, but it takes your life away from you. And it's 24-hour job. And I would encourage everyone to at least give some time to this field, and this is never-ending field.
It was a great advice from you. And sir, you recently entered the social media platform as a vlogger.
Yeah.
You also run a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What are the challenges that you face as a YouTuber?
See, the challenge, YouTube channel or any social media channel or platform is like a business. It's like a shop. You take it the way you want. It's like a business, it's like a small shop. The more content you have, the more people you are going to attract in it. For example, the challenges are the acceptance. You have your face, I have my own face. So every person who is watching your content has liking and disliking. You know, people love or people don't really love. They care, but they don't care. So your face has a value. Your face will take some time to be accepted. So people will take some time to accept your face. Then your content. You never know your first content will reach to the million views. You never know your 100th content will take to the million views. It's totally up to you how you take it, how seriously you take it. You are not going to start with perfect video. I challenge you. You have to give a shot. You have to try. You have to judge yourself. You have to evaluate yourself. Do content every single day. If not every single day, regularly, people will accept you one day. The acceptance is the challenge. And even your own close friends will not subscribe your channel when you request them. But if you are able to accept it, this is the biggest challenge. And the second one is content. How much content you can feed with. If you think I love this video, you think you love this video. I think I love my content. But what about the people I'm making this content for? That has to be liked, loved, and watched by these people. So that has to be watcher oriented, people oriented. So what you are giving them to watch, all right, this is what matters. If you're making something for them, they will, if not today, if not tomorrow, after 1 year, they will watch your content, they will admire you. But persistency, consistency, and your passion, your stubbornness, that matters for this special field. If you have seen, people are growing very fast because they have something for people to enjoy. So this is the thing, matters. Two things. One is acceptance. Second thing, how much content you can overwhelm people with.
So do you think pursuing a career in the social media platform is the right decision for us young generation?
If I have to answer you with one word, yes. If I have to answer you with 2 words, absolutely yes. If I have to answer you with a couple of lines, you have to do it, you should do it, you should give a try, you need to do it. This is need of the hour. This is tomorrow. If you are missing something, if you are delaying 1 day, you are wasting your 1 day. Try it. If you think you have something, go for it. Show it. Brag about it. If you don't brag about your stuff on social media or whichever platform you take it, then who would do it for you? I'm not going to do it for you. You are not going to do it for me. You have to do it. So I encourage you to do it. Before you judge people, if you don't like their content, show them what is good content. So I encourage you to go for it. You guys are brilliant on speaking, but if you're not doing it, if you're not conveying your ideas which you have in your mind, and I feel pity for you, anybody who is watching. So you have to give a shot. You have to give yourself a favor and make it your business. Why not? People are making millions out of it based on their content, not because of their face or their ID, isn't it? Have you seen? If you have observed, people are doing amazing jobs. You can make pranks, it's totally up to you. If you educate people, it's totally up to you, where you feel comfortable.
So can you explain your journey in the Toastmasters and how you landed in the Toastmasters?
That was an accident. Being an entrepreneur, I had some time, free time rather. Then I thought of utilizing that time, and my always priority is to spend some time with people. I'm a people oriented person. I love human interaction. That's the reason I got into, then I searched on Google, on internet. Then I got into this public speaking platform. I didn't know it's Toastmasters. I got to know about a club. I went to that club, spent a couple of hours, went good. And these people, the same club people, they suggested me to visit other clubs. I went on to other clubs. So back to back, I visited every day, some of the other meetings in different clubs. Then that inspired me. I was impressed. And it was two-way how I got impressed. I saw people speaking brilliantly. They were immaculate on stage. And I thought I can be someone like that person. And I saw some people, they were just fainted on stage. And I felt, if this is working, and people will accept me too. I got everything for me out of these performances. So this is how I got impressed, and I started this journey. I felt, okay, this is, I think, for me. It was not planned. And when I found this is my self-oriented, I went on to. I attended meetings every single day, sometimes 4 meetings in a day, 5 meetings in a day, that's the highest. And spoken in every single club. People made fun of me. You don't know how to speak. But if I don't speak, if I'm not going to speak, I'm not going to correct myself. Nobody will speak on my behalf. This is how I encouraged myself and went on to speaking and improving myself. Then went on to so many countries, different stages, and tested my skills, tested my fire. This is what I encourage people as well. This is how I got into Toastmasters, and I think my life in last 2 years changed drastically by Toastmasters. I owe a lot to Toastmasters as well.
So you're a record breaker Toastmaster in attending 334 meetings in just 1 year. So what is your success formula in becoming one of the best Toastmasters in UAE, and how do you balance your time with your family?
If I have to answer you in short, I have no idea about it. Very honestly. I don't know how to manage. But if I have to answer you politically, it's all about passion. I was an entrepreneur. My family's support is, I cannot even thank them. Without family support, we are all family members. You cannot even imagine. Family support does not mean they prepare your speeches for you. Support means they keep quiet. They let you do what you want to do, including my wife, my kids. I gave them time. It doesn't mean like I don't give them time. I gave them time. I'm still giving them time. But the passion of learning, when they see you are doing something for your betterment, and this will reward everyone in family, so they let you do. And when you are doing something with your conviction, with honesty, with diligence, they accept you. This is how I got into this, and this is how I'm able to manage it. I don't want to take a credit for this. Credit goes to my family, the people who supported me, my mentors who mentored me. And if I have to give myself something, is only my passion, my seriousness, my acceptance of failure. This is what I encourage every single person. If you are not ready to accept your failure, I'm sorry, you have to give up today. Don't waste your time, don't waste your days, because you are going to fail. This is something you cannot avoid in your life. So this is what my journey is. This is how I balance it. I don't know if I'm able to answer or not, but this is how I do.
So currently in this generation, mostly children like us are more into English. So what would be the major challenges according to you that we might face while learning our mother tongue or second language like Hindi or Urdu?
If you had asked this question like 5 years before down the line, I would have not answered you. I would have felt like, okay, English is something fancy language. I would love to learn and people should speak. But now after traveling, I feel just forget it, because English is not the code of success. Okay, it's a language, it's a tool. Speak, learn, practice, that's it. But if you are not connected with your roots, your culture, and your language is your culture, no matter which language you speak, if you are not confident about it, and I'm sorry, you are not going to succeed in your life. And it adds value in your life. You need to be serious about it. You are born in a village, in that region, in that country for a reason, because you did not choose it. And I mean it. It's a very serious thing about language, because that defines you. You cannot change your color. You cannot change your parents. You cannot change your soil you are made with, isn't it? So that's very important. I can make an accent, tell you about any language I fancy or I speak. Okay, so what? For example, I want to mention China is the future. People are going to speak Chinese, but it doesn't mean English is going to go away. No, English is going to change, but it will take some centuries. Nothing happens overnight. You have to connect with your language. Tamil, Urdu, Hindi, whatsoever language you speak, you need to learn it. I want to give you an example of my own kids. Yes, when they were given an option to choose from French or Urdu in the school, and in fact, honestly, I suggested to choose French, because Urdu you can speak at home and you can learn. But my wife insisted, let them learn Urdu, because they need to write it as well. It's not about speaking. Understanding the language is also very important. And I thought, later I realized, yes, I was wrong. I was not insisting, but I suggested. And I thought even I shouldn't have suggested that. This is how it is. We are very much inclined towards language. It doesn't mean like we don't respect other languages, but we respect our language only because we are born for a reason at that piece of land. So I encourage everyone who is watching, listening, please make your roots stronger with your language. Learn your language well, and English, Russian, Chinese, French, any language, use as a tool, learn as a tool, and go for it, because language will not make you succeed. Because I've seen many people, they speak brilliant language, brilliant English. If you have mentioned English as a tool, they're working for illiterate people. So what's the use of having brilliant accent and language and confidence if you're working for illiterate people? You got my point? So this is what my message for you, and hope you have all understood. Language doesn't make you succeed, but your passion, connection with your roots, your culture, that's very important. But that doesn't mean other cultures are not good. You can respect other cultures only if you respect yours. So start respecting your cultures, including your beautiful language you're blessed with.
So you opened the language Toastmasters and also in the English only Toastmaster. So how do you compare your feelings of excitement in two different kinds of Toastmaster sessions?
Thank you for asking this question. I don't really compare things in my life at all. People to people, language to language, culture to culture, color to color, not at all. But I got this passion, I learned from this Bollywood Toastmasters club, which is in UAE. I'm part of that club, and I was privileged to serve as the president of that club. And from that, I got an inspiration. I opened another club for Urdu. These clubs are not for just to make people happy, or it's just for them to feel comfortable. Not everyone speaks English comfortably. So we want them to come on stage, speak whichever language you want, and share your stories, because we don't want to mix their stories, their motivation, just because they are not very much comfortable with English language or any particular language. So this is, I always encourage people, let people come on stage, because Toastmasters is an international platform. It is not for English platform, for English people. It is to speak, to communicate. We need to become communicator, and communicator can communicate only if he is comfortable speaking any particular language. If I have so many ideas and I'm not able to convey in people's head because of my English language or mispronunciation, then what's the use? So I should use Urdu or Hindi, whichever language I'm comfortable with, and share my ideas. If not the entire world, at least the people who understand my language will be able to understand my feelings. So tomorrow, you never know, you have been able to change someone's life. One person is more than enough. You don't need to change the world, but one person's world, which is you. If you are able to change one person's world, yes, indeed, the world is changed. This is what my take is.
So the technology is going on a very, very fast pace, and people tell that in the future, very closely, any people will be able to speak any language without even knowing what kind of particular language they're speaking. So will it be a challenge for our vernacular languages, or do we think that only English is going to dominate the future world?
Not at all. Not at all. Vernacular languages are going to stay. This is how we differentiate with each other. Differentiating means not comparison. Like how we think, this is me, this is you. From our color, from our height, from our physique, from the way we speak, the way we think. And this is how the languages comes into it. Vernaculars are not going to go anywhere, and English is not going to take over. It's a hype, and hype of such languages, are global hypes, are going to stay for a couple of centuries, but after that they're going to go away. But if I tell you, after, it's my take, it's live, the language which is going to stay for long and which is going to survive in future are going to be the global language. You can take it as Chinese, but English is the global language right now. It's not going to go away as quick as we think. It is a global language. We have to accept it. We have no option other than that. But vernaculars are going to stay, as this is how we are able to enjoy our cultures and respect other cultures. So these languages, you don't have to worry about it, but we need to encourage languages, our regional languages, cultures, is totally up to us how we take it. But if we think we educate our kids in school that English is something, and I'm sorry, this is wrong teaching, wrong guiding, wrong mentoring. Bring people out of it, bring children out of it. Tell them learn all languages. And if you're thinking of it because of social media, no. The more languages, the things are more open, it's more confusing. So you need to focus on it. Start from your roots, your basic language, your regional language, vernacular, and then learn as many languages as you want. This is how I take.
So, Bollywood is the second largest film industry in this world. Do you think that the Hindi or Urdu, which is promoted by Bollywood, is the right type of Hindi or Urdu?
Everything which is happening and which is being accepted is right. Why so? Bollywood industry is the industry which is watched by, if you take only India, more than 900 languages. People who speak 900 languages. But if you focus on only one language, what is your audience size? Small in number. But this industry is being run by businessmen. They're all businessmen, right? Directors, producers. If they're investing, they want money back with multiplication. So they will use a language which is understood by as many people as possible. So this is what they're trying to do that. So they are mixing Hindi with Urdu, with Punjabi, with any other language. This is what makes it more interesting and funny and engrossing. So that's what it's a commercial industry. So you cannot, it's a language which they're promoting. They are trying to bring people closer to each other. I take it positive. How people take it, I have no idea about it, but I love that. Normally I heard from different people, they are calling as Hindustani. It's okay. What's so wrong? Why are you so curious or passionate about your own language? If you think you are, okay, promote it well. Accept it and accept other languages as well. And I believe Bollywood is doing a good job and they should be promoting it the way it is without any discrimination. You cannot focus on only one language. If you do that, you are attracting only small number of people, one region. There are so many industries in India itself. If you take it in India, Tamil, how many people watch that movie? Few. But when you take it Bollywood, because they focus on all mixed languages. That's the reason people watch more video. Same video, remake done from Tamil or from Kerala, from other cultures. And if it's produced by Bollywood, it's watched and it has done multiplication of views and money as well. Isn't it? There are so many examples. So this is what Bollywood is doing it. And I encourage that and I appreciate. I think they're doing a good job.
So if you get one chance to change anything in our younger generation, what would it be?
This is my chance. And I'm telling you, I'm pleading you, I'm requesting you. One word, accept. Which we are missing right now. Not entirely 100%, but we are missing a lot. Accept the people the way they are. Don't discriminate. If you want to be accepted, accept them the way they are. If I will accept you, you will accept me because of my acceptance. That's the reason we have discriminations, chaos around the globe. This is you need to do. This is what you need to do. Don't look the world from people's point of view, your point of view. What is your experience with the other person? Take it. Give a benefit of doubt. And one word can change your life. You will see the person on the other side is an amazing person. He is a lovable. He is the person you should be spending your rest of life as a friend, as a family member. But if you accept it. This is what I encourage you all, youngsters, young generation. Please accept. Please accept. Please accept cultures, languages, dress style, eating style, because you don't know why they do what they do. If you want them to do what you do, tell them why you do what you do. Then they will accept you or understand why they do what they do, for you to understand the history behind it. This is my take on this. You should accept people the way they are if you want to be accepted.
So that was the last question, but now you have to face more questions, as right now I'm opening the floor for all the Cavaliers to ask you any questions.
Please, more than welcome.
Hi sir, my name is Abhijay. So I wanted to ask you this question. Are you looking forward to visit each and every country in the world?
In one word, yes. My plan was to finish my world tour by end of 2020, but unfortunately I see it's not happening as soon as I planned. But yes, if I'm given a chance by Almighty, if I'm alive, I would be I'm visiting all the countries around the globe. So far I have finished, as you saw, 85 countries.
Hi sir, my name is Krishnindu, and as you're working on a business field, I would like to know, how do you think creatively to sell ideas? Because if you need people's acceptance, then you have to think something new. So how do you generate the ideas?
See, my take on this is, no matter what field you're working in or you're going to work with, be honest, be knowledgeable, and people will be impressed by your ideas. This is very important. If you are trying to just make money out of it, if you can make money for time being, but tomorrow you are going to collapse very badly, I'm telling you, and I challenge for that, because this is the experience I've learned from I've taken from my industry as a worker, as an employee, or as an entrepreneur. You need to be loyal to your customer. Tell them no problem. Give them value for their money. Respect their money. If they're giving you 100 dirhams, $100, $1 million, respect their money. Do not disrespect their money, because if it's hard-earned money, it's going to be paid by your sacrification from your life. So please respect your client's money. That's I would really encourage you to do whichever industry you are in. So you will tomorrow become an entrepreneur, and people will respect your money as well. Because why so many people are not able to become entrepreneurs? Because they have done wrong while they were doing job. So now they are scared that if I do that, people will do the same thing for me. They don't tell, but this is in mind. It's a human intention. So just take care when you're working. Be thankful, be loyal, do best to your abilities, and give back what you're earning. Respect your company you're working, and the company is feeding you and bringing you better and better on your tables. This is my take on it.
Hi sir, I heard you spoke in many stages. So my question is, how can we overcome our fear of public speaking?
Thank you so much for asking this question. See, as you all know, you can speak so well, very confidently, and I'm impressed the way you guys speak. But only one thing I would like you to take on is accept yourself the way you are, and listen to yourself. Record your versions, listen to yourself, because you can listen to every single person out there, but you fail to listen to yourself. When you listen to your recorded versions, you will know that person who speaks so well, and accept that. And the second thing I would like to encourage you is, accept your failures. Nobody is perfect. You go on YouTube, go watch people live or recorded versions, they do blunders. They have experience of multi-decades, but still they do fumble, they do forget things, forget lines. This is what makes us human. So you have to accept it. Don't overjudge yourself. That's what takes me to different stages. And I don't care actually. I would like to tell you this straightforward line, that I don't care what people think about me. If I'm able to change one person's life in the crowd of 500 people, I'm done. End of the day, I gave a chance to myself. I gave myself a favor. Who is a failure who didn't give a try? At least I tried and I failed. I love it, isn't it? So you need to be confident about it. Accept your failures. I always tell people, that's the reason I consider myself successful even in this public speaking industry, because I accept the way I am.
Thanks a lot for accepting our invitation and spending your valuable time with us. We are so pleased, and it's a privilege to have you with us right now. And I'm sure that all of us Cavaliers got a lot of advice, information and knowledge from your inspiring story.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Please subscribe to Positive Media channel for future updates. Also, click the bell icon for timely updates. Do share our YouTube link among your friends and family.